We're waiting for it as always. Right. It's Friday.
New, everything new, everything new.
Come on, y'all. It's Friday.
New, everything new, everything new. I'm ready to go.
Hey.
Come on. I'm ready for new.
It's Friday.
You already know.
No.
I'm ready to flow. I'm ready to move. The whole is still I'm in pumping the bag and stuff at the dance. You know that we know.
No. Hey, yes, everything new. New book.
It's Friday.
Here we go. Here we go.
Everything new, everything new. Everything new, everything new. Ready for more. I'm ready for new. Like a straight out the store.
Straight out the store.
It's Friday.
I'm ready to flow. I'm ready to move. The whole storm and punching the bag and stuff at the dance. You know that we know.
Woo!
It's Friday, y'all.
New.
It's Friday, y'all.
Hey.
Freedom Friday. Freedom Friday. Freedom Friday.
Oh, it's doing I'm up in the bag, it's still at the time, you know that. Like a beautiful day. Look like my mother Chantel. Look like the gifts I be giving my gifts when you go when your mom.
It's Friday.
Woo!
It's Friday. It's Friday. Happy Friday, everybody. Come on in the room. It's your girl, Stephanie Ray, Songbird. It is Freedom Friday. Everything new.
Woo!
I love that. Had to throw that out there. I had to throw that out there. And you know I'm always plugging, right? Always plugging. Good afternoon, James. Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us this Friday. Once again, I'm your host, Stephanie Ray Songbird. Again, we are super excited about what we are doing to help support individuals. I always do that. Individuals and families. Say it with me. Individuals and families.
Individuals and families.
Thank you so much. Who are impacted by trauma to restore and heal and build healthy relationships. And again, come out of dysfunction. I'm plugging in because we came out of the cave. If you missed it, oh my gosh, you missed a treat. So much healing, breakthroughs, so much freedom, and we are still floating on that thing. We're still floating on that thing. It is Freedom Friday. Let me introduce to you today my special guest, Evangelist Sarafia Hall. This is my sister. This is my friend. I have known Sarafia, Lord, I've known Sarafia for over 20 years at this point. And her heart, as always, is to see God's people rise out of the ashes. She loves to work with the youth. She works with families. She works with single women. She works with it all. Sarafia is a prophetic dance minister. And if you have not seen her dance, oh my gosh, we got to get you somewhere in the place where she is ministering. And she has a ministry that's been in the works at this point. I know about 25 years now, Dancing to Your Deliverance ministry.
Yes.
When I tell you she dances until you are delivered, that's what God has given her to do. She's also an author, a successful author of many books. You can check her out, of course, on Facebook, Evangelist Sarafia Hall. She's also a business owner, y'all. So let me tell y'all a little bit about her business. She is multi-faceted, just a multi-creator. But Sarafia's Anointed Creations is one business that she has. And of course, that has to do with worship flags and the worship attire, all things worship that does with the dance ministry. And then she also has Perfect for Me designs made with you in mind. And her thing right now, I'm going to plug in, I'm still plugging in. We are representing the Houston Astros at this time. So get your bonnets, I wish she had one to display. I would tell her to go.
I got one, just a second.
Okay, let us see one. Cool, let us see one. Most definitely.
I got you.
So let's see. So we have time.
All right.
This is what we
So
here
we have
for.
this one.
So this is what some of her creations, but this is for Perfect for Me designs. And she's made these souvenir bonnets for the Houston Astros winning the World Series. So when we get through today, definitely give the information so you can get back in touch with Sarafia, so you can go ahead and purchase your bonnet. Purchase your bonnet and anything else you need to purchase. Perfect for Me designs made with you in mind. Welcome, Sarafia, welcome. How are you doing today?
You know, I'm always crunk.
Yes, most definitely. Definitely always crunk. Thank you so much for joining us as we are here reflecting on coming out of the cave, healing the wounds. We came out of the cave, and I know that you were in the place. And so just had you on the show, one, because we love you and we love what you do, but also because you were in the place. And I just want you to take a moment today to just, kind of reflect on what you learned from coming out of the cave, because we definitely came out of the cave. So the first question I want to ask you, since you were there in the place, if you had a wound or if anything resonated with you, what was addressed for you and your family at the come out of the cave? What wound was addressed?
I would say for me, abandonment and rejection was the wound for me.
Yes.
Yes.
Gotcha. Very good. And that was definitely powerful. CJ broke that wound down, and she came from the place. Man, she gave us so much knowledge and tools about abandonment and how it kept resonating and how it looks later when you don't deal with it. So if yours was abandonment, do you know where the root of that wound started for you?
Yeah, I would say for myself and most people, that type of abandonment, it happens in the womb.
Okay.
Mine came from the womb, because when a parent don't really want a child, then that abandonment and that rejection, it begins to form. A lot of times we don't know that how we think, how we feel, how we respond to that baby that's in the inside, it affects that baby. So you come out of the womb already feeling rejected. You come out of the womb already feeling abandoned. So for me, when I came out, I already felt that way. And so mine is twofold. Okay. So I would say me being in the womb, but then getting pregnant at age 14 and having to be affected in my own womb and having to be forced to have an abortion. So now I got two wounds happening from the womb. Yes. And so it affected me as a young woman. Then later on, when I gave birth to my own child years later. And so in that aspect, it made me real clingy to my child because I didn't want him to go through what I lived. I just knew that one day somebody was going to tell me I was adopted because I had no connection. Like I was in my mother's womb, but all these years we didn't have a connection. It's like, come on, y'all, tell me I'm adopted because I just don't belong here. I don't feel like I belong here. I'm ready to go. As soon as I get old enough, I'm just ready to go because we don't connect anyway.
Wow. So I heard you say that the wound started in the womb at the beginning of life before you even hit planet Earth. And that's something because I always talk about trauma, and we think about trauma because trauma is something that causes you to have, it's such a bad experience, it causes dysfunction. It causes you not to be able to function properly. And there are different types of trauma, but you can have trauma in the womb. And that is something for you to say that before I even was given an opportunity to live and learn and experience and just, I would say, be a baby, you had already gotten hit with a wound, hidden with something that probably wasn't even yours. Because we talked about that a little bit at Come Out of the Cave. A lot of us have wounds, and some of them come from generations, or they come from people that came before us, or they were passed down, and we get stuck with stuff that's not even ours. And so being that you were abandoned, or you had that abandonment wound, and then in turn at 14 you were not an adult then, so that wound turned around and connected with you again at 14. So you got a couple of different things going on, and now you have a son that one you're trying to raise, and I'm thinking hopefully not traumatize him or pass that wound down over to him again. So with that being said, because that's 14, and of course you're older now, and I see you successful, but sometimes we know people, we hold it together, we hold stuff together so we can look a certain way. But I wanted to ask you, from that wound, like with your son and the relationship or that abandonment that entered when you were a baby in the womb, how is that affecting you now with your relationship, even with your son?
My son, today, it's so much more healthier. Growing up, a lot of things I didn't know how to do. I did what I thought I could. And even the times I was call myself covering him, like keeping him safe, like guarding him from all the ugly, all the pain, I would still find myself hurting him because of the language that was spoken to me, or even because of the abandonment that I felt that I had. And then just growing up, not having the things that we needed as children, the way I abandoned my son, I worked 3 jobs.
Wow.
So he, even today, he raps, and he has a rap that he talks about mama work. And sometimes they would spend the night at the job, because I would leave one job and work overnight to the next job. So he was being abandoned then because I took on other children. So I could take care of 4 children. I worked 2 or 3 jobs. So he's missing his mother. So there was a different form of abandonment that was created. I wasn't on the streets. I wasn't doing drugs, but I was always working.
Okay. Gotcha. So always working, trying to keep him safe and keep food and clothes, but not connecting with him, maybe.
Yes.
Hearing you say, wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Because he was, his needs, just to say, mama, and we did play, we played. I tried very hard. I was his T-ball coach. I did things with him, but I know that I worked a lot. So that part of him, it was missed. But I was thinking about something earlier that hit me really deep. We talk about what happens in the womb. We get wounds and we get trauma, right?
Right.
And it can be passed down from the mother to the baby. But I thought about something really deep. Okay. Some women deal with a disease called endometriosis.
Okay.
Endometriosis hits the womb. It deals with the female organs. It deals with the uterus. It deals with everything in the womb. So I had a thought that if I had trauma from a baby in the womb, okay, Did trauma create the sickness and the disease of endometriosis that affected my womb, that affected my female organs? Okay, because it was already traumatized. It had already been like hit and punched and probably talked to, because words have power. So now there's sickness being spoke over my womb as a baby. Because if you don't want me, I'm being rejected. So you're already planting a seed. Now I have to give birth, but what you birth in me has to be birthed out of me. Now it's affecting me. So a lot of women have dealt with endometriosis, fibroids, certain things, and they say that these things are hereditary. What does that mean when they say hereditary? Is it hereditary because of a disease, or is it hereditary from the trauma that was passed down?
That's a good question, and definitely I think that is a discussion for another day, but I'm going to give you a summation of that, because we all experience trauma, but how we experience trauma determines on how it affects our body. Have you ever noticed that you can see something? Let me just say, like a car accident. Let's just say we're all off of 45 and I don't know, Bel Air, if that's even off 45. Y'all know I'm not from Houston, but anyway, off of 45 and I don't know, Cullen or something. We're over there and we both, me and you, are on the side of the road and we witnessed the same accident, right? I witnessed it, you witnessed it. We go home, I go home and I go to sleep. I might have a headache, I might think about, oh, wow, that was such a bad accident. I hope that the driver and his family, they're okay. And I go to sleep, and that's pretty much all I get from it. I might have a little bit of anguish, a little bit of sorrow in my heart, but you see the accident and you go home and you can't sleep, because every time you lay down to go to sleep, you're replaying the wreck over and over again in your mind. We both experienced the same thing. We both saw the accident, but how it affected us was different. And so to answer your question about if I have abandonment issues and it started before I even hit the ground running, I've taken on some type of break or some type of breach from the one that was carrying me. Now I'm carrying that. We have no way. Now, I'm not a scientist, but I do know trauma affects you differently, even in the womb. It's just like a person that may have an addiction and they have a baby, or they may be on crack when they carry a baby. They deliver that baby, the baby can have withdrawals, the baby can have residual symptoms because of the drugs that the mom ingested. So if we think that way concerning an addiction or someone that has addiction while they're carrying a baby, you can think the same way concerning trauma. But the thing about it, you will not realize how it affects you until the baby starts growing. And because I work with trauma and I work with youth, I can see the trauma. And when you go back to trace it, there was some type of a breach. It may not have been in the womb while carrying, but there was some type of breach. But for those that have experienced it in the womb, you usually get those babies that may be clingy. You get those babies that cry a lot. You get those babies, some of them don't speak at all. And those can be effect of the trauma that they experienced in the womb. So that question that you pose is very valid, very valid. And I'm so thankful that at this point in your life, even to connect together, that I had a wound that was given to me from abandonment. And then I turned around and had another wound because I got pregnant, still trying to deal with the issue of abandonment and hurt. And here I am finding myself at a young age carrying a seed, and that, of course, again, even though doing your best at 14, you're still trying to balance that abandonment in you. And so, yes, in some way it gets transferred over to your son. You just said it. I worked 3 jobs. I was there, but on some ways I wasn't there, So the fact that you can sit now at this point and recognize that, that's kind of what we talked about coming out the cave. Let's face it. The question was like, what caused this wound? What
Right.
caused the wound? Once we got to see what caused it. How did it get here? Right.
Right.
And also we talked about what was our role that we played in this wound. Because some of
Right.
us have wounds and we hold on to them because the behavior from it, or whoever caused the wound, there's some behavior somewhere that it seems as if we're benefiting from. So
Right.
facing that, what was my part in that? How do I respond to that? Like, how do I respond to that so I can heal? And so at this
Right.
point, in us closing out, because I feel like as long as we're living, we continue to learn, we continue to grow,
Right.
we continue to heal. At some things we might have faced our trauma at, let's say 20, and we got one understanding. Well, 5 years later, that thing might resurface in a different way, and we got to face it again because there's still some residual left. And hopefully we continue to learn, grow, and heal. The whole point is that we face it so we can function and we can move forward, and we're not stuck, like we said, in the cave. We're not just
Right.
stuck in the dark. We're walking towards the light.
Yes.
So my question to you would be, what will you do to continue to heal?
For me, it's always speaking truth to myself and self-evaluation, because we do have anniversary periods that manifest.
Yeah.
And so when I'm feeling some type of way, I'm like, okay, well, what happened this date, this month, and then it'll bring it back to my remembrance, and I'm able to process. In the past, I would just be down, I would be irritated, or maybe get in a confrontation because I don't know, I was good, but all of a sudden, what is wrong with me? No, that's you. But now I'm understanding there's an anniversary period, and we have to deal with that. Like, what is this? And why is it making me feel this way? So when this happened, what happened to me when it happened? And so, and also people, don't think they should get counseling. Get counseling. I went through 2 years of inner healing because it's like, I want the root. It's time out for surface. We do a lot of surface work. No, we got to dig deep. And when we dig deep, it does not feel good. It don't even look good, but we got to go deeper so we can be totally healed.
Yes, ma'am. I agree. You guys heard Sarafia. Get counseling. Get you some help. If you need some medicine, get you some medicine.
Get some medicine.
It's okay. There's no shame. Do what you
Right.
need to do so you can be healthy, so you
Yes.
can heal, so you can grow, so your response can be different. I'm so thankful that you came on today. I'm always processing. That's why my words come out, because my mind is processing faster than I speak. But I actually know we do need to come back and have a conversation. That you posed was a great question. Am I dealing with sickness in my body because of things that were passed down genetically, or is this because of trauma? Right?
Yeah.
Either way, we need to deal with it. Yes.
Yeah.
We deal with it, but that gives a different perspective on why I might be battling something. I might be battling and my body is reacting to what traumatized me. So I need to figure that thing out so I can stop battling that. That's very good. So I definitely can see us, especially with women that are dealing with issues in their body. A lot of Black women deal with the endometriosis and fibroids and different things. So that's definitely a good panel, and we can discuss that offline. I just want to thank you so much for being a part of Freedom Friday, especially after coming out of the cave, just to share with others how you felt, what you got from that, how you're feeling. I mean, I'm looking at your face, you're smiling, you're glowing. So definitely I know that you're free, and I encourage you to stay free, and I encourage everyone that's watching to stay free. So Sarafia, let the people know where they can get in touch with you, reach you, if they want to purchase bonnets, so on and so forth.
Okay, awesome. So we are revamping our website, because we got all kind of good stuff, new stuff, because we crossing over, right? Okay. So, but right now you can find me on Facebook. I have Facebook business page, on TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram at Perfect For Me Designs. And then I have at Sarafia's Anointed Creations, dance ministry, Dance Into Your Deliverance Ministries. You can also go to, you can email me, or you can inbox me, DM me right on Facebook. But if you want to email me, Sarafia Hall, min@gmail.com. And then I'll probably post in the comments the website, but it will be perfectformedesigns.online. So thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am. All right, y'all get y'all Astros bonnet and other bonnets and other things. Just go check her out. Just like she said, inbox her and let her know. Perfect for Me designs made with you in mind. Sarafia's Anointed Creations and Dance Into Your Deliverance. If you are a dancer or you're watching the replay later, you would, I mean, y'all just got to see this girl right here when she ministers. It's something. It's amazing.
Amen.
It really, really is. So thankful for the gifts that you have and the gifts that you share. And thank you for being transparent and sharing with us on today. Guys, we came out of the cave and we're going to now, I will go ahead and throw this in there. There will be a part 2. So in order to check that out, please follow the Songbird and Me organization on Facebook. You can check our website out, thesongbird.me.com, to stay up to date with the events and the things that we are doing for families and individuals in the community. All right. So y'all take care. It's Friday. I know next week is Turkey Week, so nobody's probably working. Y'all chilling. So enjoy your time with your family, giving thanks to God. Enjoy this time with one another. Enjoy rest, peace, and blessings upon you. Have a beautiful weekend. We love you, and there's nothing that you can do about it. And we will talk to you soon.
Yes.
Happy
Happy Friday. Thank you.